Okay, the next persona is really 4 different personas, and we're going to talk about crowdfunding. Crowdfunding comes in many different shapes and sizes, but for purposes of this discussion, we'll say that there's 4 kinds. There's economic and there's non-economic, those are 2. And within the non-economic, what you have are effectively the donations or philanthropy, and the second one would be some kind of reward-based. For the economic, it's either going to be crowd-based equity or some kind of lending platform. Okay, so breaking that down, again, using the empathy map, this is a sales and marketing. And this is really marketing to the masses. So it's really not that different than if you're trying to sell any product or service over the internet, because that's what this is. And you need to think about, okay, if what I've got is a great story and it's going to inspire people and it's going to change the world, have a social impact or something like that. Lots of people love those stories and they will donate. They will donate because it's a good cause. And this is just a different medium to reach the people who would support those kinds of things. So enough said on that. On the rewards-based one, it's been my experience, with say Indiegogo, Kickstarter, or those. What you're getting are people who like creativity. They want to support the little guy. They go there because it's fun and it's interesting, and there's some cool little new innovative product or something like that. And maybe if they support you, you're going to send them an early version of that. And so they've kind of bought into the idea that they're part of the project and the co-creation of something that's cool. So that's the persona, and you need to basically appeal to those types of people. The equity crowdfunding, it's a new beast, right? And the idea behind it is that instead of limiting this this asset class to accredited investors, wealthy people, open it up to the masses and allow everybody to participate in these great emergent giants. And too early to say whether this is going to be successful. But the idea is that you would appeal to people who want to get in early on the next big thing. I guess the question is, would Uber do an equity crowdfunding? I don't know. They didn't do it. Will there be a company like that goes through and does it? I don't know. But equity crowdfunding is real. It's happening all over the world. And so you're basically appealing to the financial upside, the ability to get in early on an emergent company. So in that case, it's just like any other retail-oriented offering, like an IPO or something like that. And that's how you do it. That's the persona. The last one is another one that's relatively new, which is debt. Lending, that kind of thing. And this would be, it's a little more sophisticated, I would say, crowd, people who are looking to loan money, microcredit, and get their money back in the form of loan repayments. So there you would need to be sophisticated enough to give them a model that would suggest that you're going to be good for it, that you're not going to be a deadbeat and you're going to pay them back. So that's how it works, and the crowdfunding model is really employing online marketing, is what it is. So I've been asked the question, what are some of the tangible benefits or side benefits of doing, for example, equity crowdfunding? Well, one thing about it is, on the positive side, if you have people who feel that strong about your company that they're willing to invest in it, they may also in turn be willing to become customers. So if it's the right kind of business where not only do you want their money, you also want their business, essentially, it does create this alignment. And I've heard that that's true. I don't know that I've read any studies that that's necessarily the case. There is a concern that if you do an equity-based crowdfunding, that you could end up with this massive shareholder base because you got a whole bunch of minnows in your cap table. One of the ways that can be dealt with, of course, is to have somebody who aggregates the money and manages it on behalf of that group, which of course now creates another level of complexity. But that's one way to make sure you don't have this massive cap table. But those are, some of the issues on the crowdfunding side. It's a space that a lot of people are excited about, and if it excites you, we'll have some links where you can get access to some additional resources, and that will be part of the package that you can get access to.